You find yourself venturing into a world that is unfamiliar to you in every single way. All you have to your name is your wits and a broken phone that has no internet. But wait, you have the MidFall Podcast in your hands. Here you can listen to the tales of your three hosts, Luis, Josh, and Jared, as they venture through their own creative woes and whatnots. Get ready to be entertained through your wildest dreams as you conquer and face this new threatening world.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the MidFall Podcast. This is episode 4 of the new season. 3? I don't know. 3, I believe.
Yep, 3.
Yeah.
3. Thank you, J-Rod. So, welcome, everybody. I got my co-hosts with me as always, J-Rod and Yosh.
Hello.
Hello.
All right,
I'm Yosh.
yeah, you guys already heard him because he's Yosh. You guys already heard. Sorry for the weird energy. I don't know. We were already talking beforehand and before we started recording, but let's go ahead and get started. For sure. Actually, I want to go ahead and talk about some announcements. As always, we have them.
Yes.
The first announcement is just kind of a little smaller. We already talked about it. Whispers is coming out this month, and it is actually going to be released next Sunday.
Whispers is not a small
Whispers
announcement.
EP.
That's a good, large, girthy announcement. That's a big announcement.
Thank you.
That
Thank you so much.
Gotta be loud.
I
Nice.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. It'll be better once it releases, just because it is dwarfed by this little announcement. I believe on the previous podcast we may have spoken or we may have not spoken about it. I'm just gonna really quickly, run through it really quick. We spoke about a bingo board that we would like to do for the year. So we're gonna try and set little milestones on a little bingo board that we each individually created, and throughout the year we're gonna try and get them completed.
Yeah.
And well, lo and behold, J-Rod the Groove Meister already completed the first one that he wanted to get done, which was get a car. So big congratulations to the J-Rod Meister. Big congratulations. He's been wanting to do it for a while, so
Yep, cost me a lot of money. Now I'm broke. It's fantastic.
yeah, but I mean, especially in this economy, congratulations, brother,
Oh, yeah.
because that was a tough thing to pull off. So, yeah, I mean, now we got more, what's the word? Something to suit your vibe more, something to like feel more like you in.
Yeah.
I gotta show y'all the car once the opportunity is available. I think y'all
You know
are
what?
gonna like it.
If this episode gets 5 likes, Jared will put a clip in the next podcast episode showing off the interior of his car.
He will show his license plate.
He'll show his license plate.
Make sure to show my address too.
Yeah, proof of address.
Don't forget.
They won't believe it's real.
And along with that, if you pay him $5, he will also show you his social security.
And his fee. It comes with it.
Best believe, boys.
That's the $10 menu, and then after that, $15, he'll give you his credit card information.
Oh my gosh. One thing I do want to say in regards to the bingo. What's up, Jared?
No. Go ahead.
Like the bingo it's a fun way for us to do it. Don't get me wrong, but I think all of us know, like, in order for us to kind of get some of the goals we want or want to achieve, you kind of have to be uncomfortable. And so that is a challenge to anyone listening. If you do have like at least like 5 or so goals, write them down and make it creatively written in a way where if you look at it, you keep getting reminded, like, I have to do this goal. I want to do this goal. Like, let's say you want to be able to bench press, I don't know, like 255. I don't know if that's a good number to say or not. But let's say you want to bench press that much. Like, write it down, make it a goal that's like achievable, and think about it. Don't just write it down and forget about it. I think that's what a lot of people forget. They think that it's okay to just write down a goal and just forget about it. But you got to actively think about it, actively make yourself uncomfortable to think about it so that you know you have to do it. That's all I wanted to say about it. It's important to be in a little bit of discomfort to grow the most.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly,
Especially
guys.
like share it with your friends and like, push each other and motivate each other too.
Oh,
And also celebrate each other when they do the stuff that they check off.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because even sharing it was a big thing.
I couldn't
So,
share.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So after that, any more announcements?
Yes. Major announcement. Luis already knows this. Jared already knows this. But I received my Curse Realm Crypt clothing. The MidFall clothing has arrived for me. And Luis and I did a FaceTime to review it. And we really liked a lot of what I got. The feel is really good. So it wasn't just like one or two people saying it. Like, as someone who, was involved in the design process, feeling the clothing felt really nice. I enjoy it. And then also, we are going to make some changes, some necessary ones to make it even better. So we're looking forward to the renovations to certain designs to make it look even better. I'm really liking it though.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, the Curse Realm Crypt clothing is on the website, and as we just get more product, we will update the website with pictures and stuff like that. So, like what we have so far, everybody. So, check it out. CurseRealmCrypt.com.
Only gonna get better from here.
Exactly, because in the future, we already talked about it. We do want to still release the training arc. That is something that we also want to create content around. So, with now mentioning this bingo board, we might create content around it. Maybe a specific goal on it at the very least. Something like that would be, I feel like, a very cool concept. So, yeah, expect some content around that, primarily here on this channel, the MidFall channel, because this channel is about, all of us just being in the middle of, going through life, falling through life, it's MidFall, So, hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Moving on, I wanted to talk about UFC 311. That was basically what took up most of my headspace this week. I mean, yeah, we had obviously another major event going on, but that's UFC 311. Money Moicano had to fill in on short notice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what happened this weekend. Again, I was very excited for this card. These last UFC cards, to be honest, or these last UFC events, they've been a little lackluster towards the later half of 2024. I feel like we had a pretty strong start in the beginning of the year, and it kind of fell through, especially like just with certain things and certain matches not being made, primarily just Tom Aspinall versus John Jones would be one of them, I would say, because why is the interim champion defending the heavyweight belt when there is a healthy competing heavyweight champion? It just doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
But I digress. So, for this UFC card, what made it very interesting to me personally was that the few fights that I knew, I would say I am a above casual fan. I mean, that's like primarily what I see on my feed on Instagram, you know what I mean? And I'm also a boxing coach, so I do look at it I do watch it, especially too, mainly for the technical aspect as well. I do like that aspect, even though it's not boxing. It is not good boxing that they have in the UFC. But there are people like Ilya Tuporia who I am a huge fan of, like just their style. That is great boxing in MMA. And Max Holloway obviously doesn't Poirier, and So this UFC card again, the last 3 fights were the ones that primarily caught my attention. So the last 3 fights were Jiri Prohaska versus Jamahal.
Okay.
And then after that, it was Umar Nurmagomedov versus Merab Dvallshilli. And then after that, it was Islam Makhachev versus originally supposed to be Arman Tsarukyan, who now I'm seeing apparently may have just pulled out of the fight, possibly faking an injury. Future. Yeah, I'll have to, catch you guys up on that. But yeah, it was odd because it looked fine. He looked in great shape for that fight. He looked super ready. We were like, everybody was like, dude, this is like the one person that we feel like could really give Islam problems, might have a good chance of winning. The odds were like 50-50 type stuff, but still leaning towards Islam because he is the number one, like, pound for pound. And just basically what that means is that his skill level, regardless of weight class, would win at every weight. You know what I mean? So he could go, he fights at 155 pounds, and he just weighs 155 pounds the day before the competition, and then fights at that weight. So his size, he could be fighting somebody that is 205 pounds, and like he would still probably win. Yeah. Just because his skill level is that good. Yeah. So there was supposed to be Renato Moicano was supposed to be fighting that night as well against Beneil Dariush. That was a good fight. Like, I was really looking forward to that. That was another fight that I was like, dang, like I really want to watch this because I like Beneil Dariush's style. He got knocked out by Charles Oliveira, and then right after that, Arman Tsarukyan, who that was the guy that was supposed to be fighting. But so he kind of had a tough 2 fights prior to this one, and then but before that he was on a nice winning streak. Let me take a fucking breath. Holy shit. Okay. It's about to happen. Oh man. But okay. So this is where I got caught up where I'm recording, right? So where was I? Fucking that. And so yeah. Unfortunately, he did not get to fight that night, Beneil Dariush, because obviously Renato had to fill in for Arman. So Renato was a pretty well-rounded person, like a fighter, in terms of like he's been in the UFC for, I want to say maybe about like close to a decade.
Oh shit!
He's just quite a couple of years. Yeah, he's been in there for a while, and his resume too. He's just fought basically everybody that was like either a prospect or like a champion or like became a champion type of thing. So he's just fought everybody, experienced. So that's what, and then being Brazilian, he trained jiu-jitsu a lot, so it's like, his ground game shouldn't be too much of a problem, right? Like if he gets taken down or something, he should be able to hold his own. And like with Islam, that's like the biggest threat on the feet, like just his boxing, his kickboxing. Like he should be on his last fight, dude, he ended the fight because he gave the guy 2 black eyes.
Oh shit.
So yeah, that was Benoit Saint-Denis. But
his friends?
Yeah, we actually saw that fight on my birthday, or the day after my birthday. Well, we saw freaking BSD, Benoit Saint-Denis, fight that night against Dustin Poirier. He got knocked out. That was a co-main event.
Yeah.
But, where was I? So, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the highlights for card as I talk about this again as well. So, Jiri Prohaska and Jamahal, their sort of kind of story leading up to this fight is basically that Jiri, back in 2022, he fought the champion, which was Glover Teixeira. Okay. He was getting beat up all 5 rounds, dude. And Glover Teixeira was like 40, 41, 42. And he was beating up freaking Jiri Prochazka, right? And so freaking Jiri Prochazka obviously is this guy right here, and then Jamahal Hill. So freaking Glover Teixeira was winning up until the 5th round. He made just a dumb mistake in like the last like 30 seconds or like the last minute, and he was able to just get choked out by Jiri Prochazka, right? So then Jiri Prochazka was a champion. Right after that, he injured his shoulder, and so he had to relinquish the belt because he was going to be out for a while recovering due to his really bad shoulder injury. So he was supposed to rematch with Glover Teixeira, the former champion, okay? Glover, like I said, was 42, so he's like, I don't really have many fights in me, right? So this might be like my last fight. Let me just go ahead and fucking try to get this rematch. So because Jiri pulled out, Jamahal filled in on short notice. He like got the chance, kind of like how Hinato and Moicano did. And so he pieced up Glover Teixeira. Okay. He won the championship again. He won the belt. And a couple of months later, he was playing a charity baseball or basketball game. Lo and behold, bro, charity baseball game, and he tore his Achilles tendon, brother. Yeah. So he had to go ahead and relinquish the belt as well.
Damn.
And yeah, so that left it open for Magomedov Ankalaev versus Jan Blachowicz, which was a tie, so nobody won that one.
Oh my god.
And that left it for, yeah, I know, Alex Pereira versus Jan Blachowicz, and Alex won it. So then Alex Pereira, then after that, fought Jiri Prochazka, knocked him out. And then after that, fought Jamahal Hill, knocked him out. After that, fought, and these are fought both of them on short notice type thing, okay? Yeah. And then fought Jiri again, knocked him out twice, because the first time he knocked him out right at the end of the round, so like it was like how the round ended. Yeah. So then right, the round ended, and then the round just started, and
that was Alex Pereira that did that
really quick. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I need to
Alex
see
Pereira
that.
Is
That's
a freaking
crazy.
beast.
Like, I knew he was good, but I don't really watch his fights enough to know just how good he is, like, baseline. Like, I've seen videos of him, like, going to, I think he went to Korea or something, and he was just, like, dancing with people doing TikTok dances. That's, like, the most I've seen of him lately.
So, the round just started, right? And this is what
I remember this.
The round.
I think I've seen this fight. That guy's haircut looks familiar.
Let me... Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah. This is UFC, what, 303?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Herb Dean in the back. Oh yeah, this is when they changed the gloves to gold. So this is the first,
yeah.
How do you guys feel about the gold gloves?
I think that they should be black with gold font.
I agree.
Yeah, see, like I said, he knocked him out like that in the first round.
His legs.
And then he gets up, right?
Alex is like, fight's over, right? Oh, never mind. Okay. He's chilling.
So then they show that stuff. I feel like it should be black with gold gloves. And I feel like the champion should have just the gold ones.
I agree.
That way you can distinguish.
Yeah.
Bro.
And then just like that, like what?
What the hell?
Bro.
God
dude.
Damn.
Just one of those things where you just know it's wide open.
Yeah.
Like, sheesh.
He saw red and he took it.
Dude, it was one of these things too. I happened this weekend because I coached for the first time at an outside gym, and I saw an opening for one of our fighters, and I was coaching him, and I told him to throw the left hand, and the guy that he was fighting was a very heavy, like, Mexican boxer, like very heavy pressure fighter, This kid hit so hard. It was like a 110 pounder, but oh my god, these kids were hitting like grown ass men, dude. So I told my fighter, I was like, because he was a southpaw, I told him to throw the left, like just straight left hand. And right as the other fighter was loading, so right when he threw the punch, my fighter's hand landed right on his chin, and he did a 360 essentially.
Oh,
because he did a 360, like he just because he was just so loaded, it lost his balance.
Oh my god, was he knocked out or not?
And I was just like, that was he wasn't. It was just one of those where it was just good enough to knock him off balance, not necessarily like you know, it'll daze you because you were like, what am I balance?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So this so now that I told you guys the storyline, right? This was man, now I gotta show you guys this. So Jamahal Hill against Jamahal Hill, right? People say this is controversial, but look at the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail, right?
Oh my god.
People say this is controversial, but I do not think so. What do you guys think about this sequence?
Okay. First round, 2 minutes 20 seconds left. Alex with those shorts again. Not really liking the design choice.
We're narrating, jab to the body, lined up, pressuring. Okay. Yep, pressing forward. This is exactly people that know about it know what is going on.
Hill is open a lot.
So nothing really happened. Nothing significant. They're both just keeping the range. Jamahal Hill kicks low. Okay. Herb Dean stops the fight. Right? So
what?
And then freaking Alex knocks him out.
What the fuck?
Well, what I think happened is he thought something happened to Alex, no?
And then does this. And then does this. Emotes, dude.
Bro.
Damn.
So the thing is, right? Jamahal Hill claimed that it was just he wasn't in the fight because he kicked low, and he thought Herb Dean stopped the fight and stuff like that because it was a low kick, and then this and that, and so that's what gave Alex the opening, right?
Oh,
and also Joe Rogan also said the same thing, because during this sequence, Alex was able to take a step closer, let's just watch this one more time, steps, goes back in, that, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, he backed up himself. I don't know. I mean, it's not necessarily that, but then also the fight was on. You knew the fight was on. Yeah. This is enough time to know the fight is on. And then also, you threw the left hand. Mm-hmm. You threw the left hand. You left yourself wide open. Yeah. Where's your hand?
Yeah.
So that's what got you caught. Not necessarily, that. It was unfortunately bad technique. And I'm a fan of Jamahal Hill. I really loved when he freaking beat Glover Teixeira. I mean, it was kind of sad to see Glover Teixeira get beat up like that, but he pieced up Glover Teixeira. So that's what made it more personal to also freaking
to win.
What's his face? Alex Pererira, because Glover Teixeira is his coach.
I see.
So yeah.
Well, in my opinion, in this instance, I see what they mean by trying to stop it, because it could have been perceived as a kick to the lower area near the groin, but Alex signaled, no, I'm okay, let's keep going, and so they kept going. He closed a little bit of distance, but if I'm being honest, that was less than a foot. I know it's a lot in the fight, but I mean, even if the fight stopped for a second, he's no, I'm good, they would have restarted right there. It would have just killed time. That's all it did. I don't think it was
exactly
Alex's fault at all, if I'm being honest.
Exactly. So that's why they were both fighting, because originally they were Jiri and Jamahal were both supposed to fight, because again, Jiri had won the belt, and then Jiri was relinquished it, and then Jamahal won it, right? So then when Jamahal won it, Jiri was I'm almost done recovering, and when I'm done, I'm coming for your ass, right? And so then Jamahal
sounds
got injured.
Wait, does Jiri sound like that?
No, he doesn't. No.
Just so anyone knows,
Jiri more
Jiri looks white. I don't know if he is white, but he looks white. So you saying that was hella funny.
Jiri is this one. No, Jiri's from the Czech Republic.
Okay.
So Jiri actually made a really funny video. Well, Jamahal made a really funny video responding to Jiri, because Jiri was just in the snow, and then he was Jamahal, I'm right? Like, I see you. Like, I'm coming. And then, like, freaking Jamal responded with like a video like in the snow too, and he was like, "Where you at though?" And then he was like, "That's what she said." And it's just like, you know, because it's just like, "I'm coming," and then he's like, "I'm coming."
Some Michael Scott humor, bro.
What the fuck?
Oh my gosh. I should not have laughed that hard.
Dude, it was.
I'm coming.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm coming.
I'm coming!
Yeah. I don't know if we'll play it in the podcast video on the screen, but basically the guy is in the snow. He says, "I'm coming." He says, "Congrats, I'm coming," and then yells, "I'm coming."
Congratulations.
Yeah, if
That's
it's
too
not gonna
funny.
be in the Spotify one, I'm gonna put it in the YouTube one. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. We're
That's too
narrating for
funny.
you though, so you know what happens. So this is what happened during this fight, right? It was Jiri versus Jamal, and so Jiri, watching this fight, you felt like anybody could knock each other out at any second because Jiri likes to fight with his hands down. Jamal, you gotta, I'm not gonna be like, but you kind of saw that he has openings when he throws. So yeah, you could see. Oh, and then also Jamal was throwing with everything, like in each punch.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easy for Jiri to read and this and that. It was just kind of a matter of time before one of them caught one or the other type thing. So this is what happened. So, like I said, it was the entire time both of them were fighting with their hands down type
they look
thing,
exhausted. Oh
and
my
it was
God.
just a clash, dude. It was, I believe it. Oh, it was a third round. This is the third round that happened. Jamal did
Whoa.
a pretty good job, though. Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie, he did a really bad job at overextending himself.
Yeah, Jiri
Like,
landed
he
clean
overextended
punch
a
to
lot.
knock him down.
Yeah, Jiri is just very lucky for his long ass limbs that he can just dip at a really extreme angle and then still be able to hit you. Oh my goodness, dude. Jiri tried, or freaking Jamal. Props to Jamal. He really tried surviving. I'm not gonna lie. He took the Alex Bejeda fight pretty badly.
Wait, they put the "I'm coming"
Yeah,
clip right after.
I know, dude.
I'm coming.
That is hilarious. But he took the Alex Bejeda fight pretty badly, so I'd say so. He was a warrior in this one because he really tried his best to stay in it as much as he could. And then also he took this fight really well. Like, he took the loss like on the chin very, very well. So it was very nice to see that he, just was a champ about it. So, or had the champ attitude about it. So for this next one was Umar Nurmagomedov versus Merab Dvallshilli. What I thought about this fight was that one of two things could happen. Okay, so either Umar is, his last name Nurmagomedov. He's I guess cousins with Khabib Nurmagomedov, who was the very dominant undefeated champion at 155 pounds. I believe he retired in 2019, and so nobody's really beat his record after that because I think he was 29-0 when he retired. So,
Dude, it's been that long since
very
he
dominant on the wrestling. Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
remember when he retired, and I was like, dang. But that makes sense, though, because it was back in 2019. I remember the announcement.
Yeah, so his dad was his head coach, and his father unfortunately passed away. So he retired from the sport around that time. He did one fight without his dad, and I guess he promised his mom that he wasn't coming back to the sport. So, but he has been coaching because he is right here. He has been coaching his fighters, though. Like, he's carried on his dad's legacy.
That's good.
Because it was supposed to be for his father's plan to have Khabib, Umar, and Islam to be champions, as well as their other cousin.
There's more
Usman.
of them? There's one more?
Usman. Yeah, Usman. There's a couple of them. I mean, they have a lot of in their family and their friend group. and what I mean by their family is like, you know, just close-knit circle. But yeah, so he was undefeated up until this point, and he was the challenger. A lot of people say that he got kind of fast-tracked up to the title, and just because of his last name and this and that. And I'm not gonna lie, like, he did obviously have like some sort of privileges, but at the same time he was very dominant in his career leading up to this fight right here. But the thing is that the thing that he was criticized for is the skill of the competition leading up to this fight. Like, he fought one really highly ranked fighter prior to this, who was Corey Sandhagen, and he did dominate Corey Sandhagen. It was a pretty fun watch. Thankfully, Corey Sandhagen did like last the distance, but Umar was just able to outpoint him and fight the smarter fight. Yeah, that was a fun fight to watch. And we have the champion, who is freaking Merab Dvallshilli. Okay, this guy right here. He is like, I think he was on a 10-fight win streak prior to even just getting the chance to fight for the title. And you and I actually saw this, Josh, when you came over to my house over here, and during Mexican Independence Day, at the Sphere, we watched it, and we actually saw Merab fight Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Yes, I remember this.
And so that's who we won the title off of. During this fight, again, one of two things could happen. I felt that either Merab was going to have a superhuman performance going into this fight, and was just going to outpace and out-cardio, out-wrestle Umar, who, I mean, Merab has just done to everybody. And so Umar is also a very dominant wrestler, a very dominant grappler, but the problem about whatever you want to say, like the problem that he poses, is what I meant to say, Umar, is that he is highly skilled with his striking. So he's a very good striker, very good at range management, and mixing the wrestling into it with that, it's like, dude, you're worried about my hands, you're worried about my kicks, you're like getting broken down up here. Oh, and the second that you show me that you're tired, I'm gonna go ahead and grab your ass, take you to the ground, and now like you're gonna really be tired, because I'm just gonna drown you with my weight, and I'm gonna make you carry me, this and that, or I'll just suffocate you with, you know, I'm going to try to choke you out type thing as well. So yeah, and if I got my legs wrapped around you, oh brother, like, you know how that feels, Josh. But because you did jiu-jitsu as well, so
yeah, it is tiring.
So yeah, Merab was kind of the very high underdog leading up to this fight, and yeah, pretty much it. Everyone really looked down upon kind of Merab and was writing him out, because he really pretty much only won by decisions. It was a great fight, to be honest. I was really rooting for Merab. I mean, I had it either way. Both are great fighters. But to me, watching this, it was really just a boss fight for Merab. I feel like every time I'm watching him fight, it's a boss fight, because he just goes in there and, like, I don't know, man, like, he has been fighting a lot more technical, like, at least defensively in these last couple fights with Sean and Umar, but prior to this, he would just kind of rely solely on his heavy pressure and his pace to just tire the person out, and then, you know, start really drowning them. But more recently, he's started picking his shots a lot more. He started being a lot more range management, or he started being a lot better with his range management, as well as his takedown timing. I mean, sheesh, honestly, if if Umar would have just shelled up a little bit more, I believe, like more in a boxing stance, like, because during those striking exchanges, he had his head up and his chin up pretty high, so I would imagine just that had to have messed with his balance somehow, at least in those exchanges, where he would have been able to be in a better position to be on top of Merab's shoulders. I mean, I'm not like I don't do MMA, but that's just how I would go about it. But
I mean, I will say Merab's doing a good job so far in round 2 of like controlling Umar's arms whenever he's going for those like really significant strikes.
Yeah, no, because like in his fight with Sean, he was, and if you noticed in these things in between the rounds, Merab's always standing. Like he was standing in between each round while Umar was sitting, and Merab, leading up to his fight with Sean, I guess he actually did go down to Mexico to get some boxing experience, and that's what I will say that, in my opinion, like that's what boxing gives you in MMA, and what is like your biggest help would be like to learn boxing, like for MMA specifically, would just be your range management and like range management and base. Yeah, he was talking to the Joe Rogan DC and stuff like that. He's talking to a lot of people.
What the hell am I witnessing?
He was like, I'm not getting taken out. Yeah, dude.
And then he's
talking to everybody. You know, like he was trying to showboat.
No, I like that.
Because he was just like, nah, I'm not even tired.
Wait, pause it real quick. How do you guys feel about showboating in the UFC? Do you think it's funny? Like, do you think save it for the end of the match, save it for the beginning, or like the press tours? Like, what do you think?
I mean, I don't really watch that much UFC really at all, but you know, when I see it, I think it's funny.
Yeah. What about you, Lush?
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, if you are like stunning on somebody, I'm not gonna lie, if you're stunning on somebody, hey, it's fine, dude. Yeah. But like, I think like within like healthy kind of competition though, like because if I'm like watching like a Colby Covington, like, and he's like really stunned on somebody, and he's like very much like, or like an Ian Gary, and he's like stunned on somebody, and I'm like, and he's like emoting, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I like this, bro.
Yeah.
But if I like the fighter and there's like good competition, you know, if it's not like mega heavy trash talk, or if it's like the underdog, like in this case scenario, and if it's like, you know, again, healthy competition, but it's like the underdog that's like winning and he's like showboating, oh, for sure. Dope.
Yeah, I like showboating in the UFC. I think they do it really well. Other companies, fight companies, I've noticed like let people slap each other, hit each other, get into a fight before it happens. I'm not really a big fan of that stuff, but I like seeing like trash talk videos online. I think it's hilarious.
No, it is. I mean, it makes for great highlights.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like those karma comes back to haunt them type of videos are hella funny.
Oh dude.
Yeah, no, especially too, like I like the ones with the cars mainly.
Oh yeah.
When somebody like pulls up and like tries showboating or tries to race you or something, and just immediate, not like,
oh yeah,
obviously like a bad crash, right? But it gets into like a fender bender. It's just like, why did you have to do that?
I've had one of those happen IRL where someone like passes me like that and they get pulled over right in front of me less than 10 seconds later.
Yeah, like that actually. Yeah, gets pulled over. Yeah, when you're on the road, I'm like, I'm going fast, bro. I'm following along with everybody else.
Yes.
And then when I passed them as they're getting pulled over, I'm like, see, that's what I was looking out for.
It's like, damn, why are you tailgating me at like 75? Like, bro, chill.
No, yeah, for real. But basically, just within watching these highlights, just you can just see that the pace, at least within Merab, but mainly both of them, but again, mainly Merab, just did not stop. Like, throughout these 5 rounds.
Wow.
Like, sheesh. You know,
yeah,
just always tries taking them down.
10 toes down.
You know, always lines them up to just ground, and we're striking, and ground, and striking. Oh, going on.
I mean, we didn't see like the whole fight, but this fight looked pretty good when I gathered.
No, yeah, it was great. I mean, like I said, Umar was just like such a big favorite, and I would have been fine with anybody winning. It was just that, you know, just somebody had to win, and you know, I'm fine with either one.
Merab won. Makes sense.
Merab won, dude.
He did pretty good that fight.
work ethic, man. I guess just work ethic.
Yeah.
So before we move on to the last fight, that was, kind of an example of a big underdog going up to fight, big competition. Is there like any times that you guys, or like any stories that you guys liked, or like any like forms of media, or any times in other sports that you guys have seen where like really big underdogs have like come across? I mean, obviously Dragon Ball, we're big Dragon Ball fans, so we always like the freaking underdog stories, right? But yeah. Well, I mean, you're a basketball fan, right, Josh? I mean, what was the last
the biggest
sort of
underdog
basketball game
story in basketball is when the Warriors lost, and I'm not bringing that shit up.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's like the biggest underdog one, because we were up 3-1 and then we lost the championship.
Oh, that.
But
That time.
yeah, that's like the biggest one, even though I hate to bring it up. Like, I wasn't a huge Warriors fan at the time. I was loosely following them, but they're my team, so it sucks to think about that. But I mean, I wouldn't say this is like a huge underdog story. You guys are gonna know what I mean when I say this, but Tom Brady, like, everyone likes that, he was able to perform in high value situations. He won like what, 10 Super Bowls? I might be completely wrong. But he has 7 Super Bowls, that's what it was. On one of his final years, he moved teams to Tampa Bay, and he won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay against, I think, the Chiefs, was it? I could be wrong. But yeah, he won the Super Bowl with the Buccaneers, which, in my opinion, is pretty crazy to do, because it's one thing to go from one basketball team to another, because basketball is like, I think, 14 or so men on the lineup, like on the bench, like total.
Mm-hmm.
Football is like damn near like 100 people, no? Like, it's a shit ton of players. Football is a crap ton of people on a team, so to go from one team to another and like basically a whole new roster, and having Gronk with you too, like, that's the only person I think that I remember being the same person that was on his team. But to go to a whole new team, whole new coach, whole new situation, and then win again just shows dominance. Like, they were, in my opinion, like, I know it's Tom Brady, you can't doubt Tom Brady, but in my opinion, that's kind of an underdog thing, because you went to a whole new franchise, whole new everything, and it's a shit ton of people. It's not 14 new people, it's like 50 plus new people, like whole new practice squad, whole new coaching staff, everything is different, whole new location, everything's different, bro. That was pretty cool.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, definitely. Dang. I didn't take you for too much of a football guy, eh?
Just the Super Bowl, to be honest. Okay, football has 53 players on a team, so yeah, about 50 or so new faces, which is pretty crazy.
That's still a lot.
Yeah.
How much for baseball?
Baseball, actually, I think might be around like 20 or so. Let me Google that. So how many people on the baseball roster? Would be 26 active players, which is still pretty big, actually.
Yeah, not bad.
What about you guys?
Well, at least in terms of underdogs, I mean, honestly, Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. When that happened, it was like when he knocked him down in like the 3rd round or something like that. The first one, I don't remember, but like, damn, dude, it was just, or when he just lasted, and it was questionable that frickin' Tyson Fury might have lost the decision.
Yeah. Holy
shit. Because Francis Ngannou, coming from the sand mines of Cameroon, and then going over to France, I believe, immigrating over to France, not really having any freaking money at all, but then like having that type of story, and then going over to just making it out into the UFC, then after that being able to I think he fought Stipe Miocic twice. So he fought Stipe Miocic once, who was the champion at heavyweight, and he's regarded as the GOAT at heavyweight. Yeah. And he got knocked out, and then he came back and knocked out freaking Stipe Miocic for the title. And then after that, then after that, was just not really in good terms with the UFC. Like, they just were not paying him what he deserved. I mean, he was a very dominant champion. They just apparently did not like him marketing terms wise. But I mean, like, he was just a really nice guy, really quiet guy, kind of, you know, just didn't really talk much, just trained and, you know, blah blah blah. Very dominant and everything. Was able to get out of his UFC contract, and the UFC was like, "Oh, good luck, buddy. Good luck finding, you know, anywhere to fucking pay you, right?" And so then he was like, "I want to go box Tyson Fury," because like he says like he will. And he was like, "The fuck you will?" Like Dana White was like, "Nah, like you're not gonna do that," because like it's not gonna happen. I'm like, "Nah." So then he dipped, gets the fight with Tyson Fury, and they then has like just the biggest payout of his life, like millions of dollars, like $50 million type shit, you know, like it was like Saudi Arabia princes and stuff like that put on the fight. Yeah, dude, that was a really big comeback story. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, his child did pass away shortly after that he did have. Then people were still kind of doubting him because, unfortunately, he had the knockout to Anthony Joshua right after that. And then, again, unfortunately, lost his child right after that. But then came back to MMA and then had a very, very dominant performance and, you know, was still able to perform. Even after all that, so he, you know, freaking warrior, that guy. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't help but cheer for someone like that.
Yeah, definitely. Groovemeister.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let's see. So, I mean, this is not this. Well, it's kind of an underdog story, kind of not, because they didn't really end up like winning or anything, but. Shit, I have to give my props to last year, the 49ers brothers. Like, you gotta understand, for people who support the 49ers, they have not had a good time. They have not had a good time, and they've been kind of donkey do, but shit. Last year, it seems like it was gonna be their year. They were winning, they were doing good, they made it to the goddamn Super Bowl. And shit, I was ready. I was there. Mind you, I was working at the time. My coworkers, they had the game on, and we were all just watching, and we're all like, okay, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen here? And then it went into overtime. Went into overtime when they could have had it. And then they lost to the Chiefs. I blame Taylor Swift. Fuck Taylor Swift. That's crazy.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Man,
dude, you're talking to a dude. Your co-host is a fellow Swiftie, dude.
Curse. It was a curse. But yeah, it was just sad to see.
I feel that.
Oh, I have one more underdog story though. It's a NBA story. It's not necessarily like a game or anything, because Luis telling Ngannou's story reminded me of this guy. But it's really hard for me to hate Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't hate him at all, actually. I really like him. He's hilarious. He's an awesome dude, awesome dad. But he picked up basketball at like 13. His family essentially immigrated from Lagos, Nigeria, to Athens, Greece. I don't know if he was born in Greece. I think he was. I'm not 100% certain. I think he was born in Greece. Maybe his like older brother wasn't, but I'm not too sure. But essentially at the time, they weren't really recognized as citizens. They were kind of seen as like immigrants and like facing some like
prejudice,
yeah. And so he picked up basketball, joined like a youth team or something like that. I could be completely wrong, but I watched a movie about this. I'm trying to remember the movie. Joined like a youth team, ended up joining like the young adults team for it, and then worked up the ranks, and then at some point declared for the draft. Gets drafted by Milwaukee, and the dude was like skin and bone, like skinny, like really skinny, super tall. He's like, I would say 7 foot, but I don't think he's 7 foot. I think he's like 6'11". Let me look it up. He is
6'11" and 3/4.
He's actually 6'11". So, and let's imagine he's like 180, 6'11". Like that's pretty bad for someone who's 6'11".
Yeah.
He bulked up over the years, and now he's probably like 230 or something like that. Like a really good amount of weight. Like he's really good weight, good muscle and everything. But while he was young and a rookie, he had to make a name for himself so he could stay and like keep playing. But his team believed in him. They drafted him and everything. And he lived in Milwaukee alone at some point. So he would walk to practices and stuff like that every single time, like through the snow and shit, because he didn't have a car. And then at one point, a family pulls over and sees him walking. They don't know who he is exactly. And then they take him to where he has to go. And I think they realize he's an NBA player. And they're like, oh shit, that was like the rookie for the team that we cheer for. And so they offered to always give him a ride or something like that. So they kept giving him rides, and he kept getting to practice on time because of that.
Oh, that's sweet.
And now he's like a 2-time MVP, NBA champion, finals MVP and everything. He was the one that willed his team to the finals and willed his team to the victory in the finals. Like he was the reason they won 100%. So it was pretty crazy, pretty awesome. And it all started from his family choosing to, immigrate to Athens, because I don't know if he would have found basketball in Nigeria, but he found it in Greece. And even though they were facing a lot of prejudice, turmoil, they ended up going from rags to riches through self-perseverance and actual hard work and effort, which you do hear stories about that, but not everybody wants to go through that, of course. So it's pretty awesome.
We just told a couple.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. Not just joking. But yeah, you don't actually. No, that's actually pretty dope. And it's also, I want to say one thing too, with everything that we're sharing, because honestly, for the first time, like when I saw Francis Ngannou like do that to Tyson Fury, I was like, whoa, this is inspiring. And I'm like, I don't usually get inspired by stuff like that. So for the first time, I was like, oh, hey, in my adult life, it's okay to actually get inspired by things like this. Yeah. So like Josh said, these things don't actually come up often. So it's, take them for what they are when moments like this do happen.
Exactly. Oh yeah, I guessed it almost right. He weighs 243 pounds now.
Damn.
Oh damn.
Let me check his rookie weight. His rookie season weight was 190 pounds. Damn, I was only 10 pounds off both times.
Jeez, my guy knows.
Yeah, dude.
I just know the male human physique, bro.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so the last fight of the card was just Islam Makhachev versus Renato Moicano, and so basically Renato filled in short notice and unfortunately was taken down in the first round.
Damn.
I'm gonna play you guys a very quick thing. This is essentially how the fight went down. So Renato was keeping his range really pretty decently throughout this and that, blah blah blah. The fight happened. Islam gets on top pressure, and is able to just get this choke and immediately just taps him out.
Yeah.
Right. Crazy. But not just anyone can do that to Renato Moicano. Not just anybody can stand with Dustin Poirier just like how he did and dominate Dustin Poirier like he did. I'm not gonna say he dominated him, but he really did piece him up on the feet. And man, that was a great fight too, because Dustin Poirier really fought to the very end and was able to last that long. With Islam Makhachev, give him a run for his money, really cut him open too. But yeah, whatever. So now, all in all, that was UFC 311. And I'm a big fan of the UFC, as you guys can probably tell. But yeah, just keep you guys' eyes and ears open for Whispers EP releasing this Sunday. Follow the No Respawn channel. And unfortunately, Mr. Yosh might not be on these next couple episodes because he is going to be abroad in the beautiful, beautiful land of Brasilia.
He's a busy man. He's a busy man. And that's on the adventure.
You guys will hold down
Mr.
the
World
fort.
Traveler.
Mr.
We are
Worldwide.
holding down the fort, so Mr. J-Rod and I will, kind of run things just like normal, but we'll also see what we can get down onto in the podcast and whatnot. And
Yeah, I think one thing I want to say before we call it, I do want to, because we've mentioned this to the three of us before off podcast, I am going to try to record some footage while I'm gone and maybe like release a video essay or some sort, like just me speaking over a topic with recorded footage that I have while I'm traveling. So I do want to do something like that for the MidFall channel. So be on the lookout for that in maybe like a month or two. I'll be editing the video as I go, and then like the clips, and then I'll type up something to say for the video when the clips are done. So yeah, be looking forward to that.
Sick, brother. Sick.
how about this? We'll go ahead and post down a comment down below on this podcast, and we'll pin it. Just asking what kind of thing you might want to see Josh make a video essay about. He does have plenty of travels, he's been to plenty of countries around the world, and that is mainly what kind of content he is gonna, I guess, will be creating, at least for now on the MidFall channel. So I'm personally going to drop down a question for you as well down there, because I'm curious to also learn about this on your perspective, but just to get it started. But yeah, anybody get that engagement and ask that question down below as well.
Get that shit to 10 likes, you'll find his address.
No,
Yeah,
Jared's
exactly.
car interior.
Yeah. Card information.
Yes, card information.
But yeah, with that being said, we will see you guys on the next one. Appreciate you guys for being here, and yeah, take care till next Tuesday.
Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.